Coming up on Thunder Insider, Oklahoma City not only dominated the Bulls in a battle of the NBA's best, but the Thunder also locked up the first playoff spot in the West. Plus, the Thunder are out east for a 2-game swing now, and that's where we catch up with Brian Davis and Grant Long with the latest on Big Blue. And Thunder players were spotted all over town this week, from the Rolling Thunder Book Bus to a kids club event at the Science Museum. The team enjoying some time in the OKC community. We've got all that, and Steely gets us acquainted with the newest, coolest way to watch Thunder games. Stay tuned, Thunder Insider gets started right now. Welcome everyone to Thunder Insider, presented by Integris Health. I'm Kelly Kroll, your host, coming to you from inside our Oklahoman studio. It's been another exciting week in the NBA, and the Thunder certainly opened April with a bang. OKC dismantled the league-leading Chicago Bulls at home and clinched the first Western Conference playoff spot of the season. We've got a great show coming your way, and we'll start things off by welcoming in Thunder play-by-play man Brian Davis and Thunder analyst Grant Long, who are joining us via Skype from Indianapolis. Of course, the team in the midst of a 2-game road trip out east, guys.
Kelly, the Thunder is coming off of consecutive losses for only the second time this season, and that's a little bit frustrating because the games have been right there for Oklahoma City. But Grant, you look within that, take a look at the bigger picture and some things within the smaller picture, and there's some good news here.
I think the team is playing very good basketball. They're still moving the ball. Their assist totals are still continuing to climb, and they're rebounding the basketball. All of those components you can use to move forward and have success with. Now, the things that can be repaired, talk about turnovers in that last game versus Miami. 20 of those turnovers, 9 by Kevin Durant. Those are things that can be fixed. They've got to also remember that fast breaking points are an element of the game that they use in order to have success. They've got to find a way to get back on the track of rebounding and running in transition. When they open up the court, they're able to use their athletic ability to outplay their opponent.
These are good tests because in the end, you're going to have to adjust. For instance, opponents are beginning to trap Kevin Durant, James Harden specifically. Those guys are going to have to adjust to that kind of new sort of defensive pressure. But then the other thing I look at, Grant, is that the way this team has been playing the last couple of weeks, the big men are still involved. And when you can keep that kind of balance going in your floor game, that's only going to be good news as you learn to play in these sort of playoff atmosphere games, especially the ones on the road.
Well, the thing about that, Scott Brooks has talked about the team like Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. They are going to receive more double teams as the season progresses. And what he's trying to get these guys to remember is the quick pass out of the double team is what's going to work. So when you receive that double team, get rid of the ball as quickly as possible. That's going to ultimately give you paint touches for your big players like Ibaka, like Collison, Perkins. If they can get paint touches, they're going to be in a high percentage area. They're going to be able to knock down those shots and make the defense pay for double teaming guys like Durant and Westbrook.
Let's talk about this team's ability to win the tight games. I talk all the time on the broadcasts about 2-possession finishes, margins of 6 or fewer. The Thunder has lost 5 of its last 6. But again, let's go back to the good news. They are in the hunt. And if you look here over the last 5 games, the Thunder has lost 2 games in a row now where it has held the other guy under 40%, and the opponent is shooting 39% over the last 5.
So that tells you right there, a big indicator that the defense is playing up to par. Scott Brooks is going to more or less hone in on what's going on the offensive end. Those 2 areas that I mentioned, rebounding and fast breaking, those are areas that you can tweak and work on and move and get better from game to game. I think the defense is really solid, and that's also one of the elements of the Thunder that they use to propel them to victory. And I think at the end of the day, Scott Brooks would rather have his defense playing at this level because you can always tweak the offense and get more offensive production. That's going to go from game to game. Guys having great shooting nights and not having good shooting nights. But the defense, that's an effort thing that Scott wants to have happen every night.
And we'll leave you with this thought. The games with more turnovers than assists have become an aberration. The Thunder, since the beginning of March, is averaging better than 20 assists a game and only about 15.5 turnovers compared to where they were for most of the season. That is a great improvement. And Kelly, as we get set to see the Indiana Pacers, who stand 3rd in the Eastern Conference, and they are rolling. The Thunder right now in this stretch of 14 games against teams that are either going to the playoffs or have been contending for playoff position. Oklahoma City is 8-5 in this very grueling run.
Some good numbers, Brian. Thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate you joining us. Great stuff, as always. As Brian mentioned, a very challenging stretch for the Thunder right now against playoff-bound teams. All the more reason Scott Brooks has utilized his depth, and the reserves have been very solid this season, of course being led by third-year guard James Harden. The leading sixth-man candidate says he's finding ways to adjust nightly and make an impact on the fly.
Shot clock getting deep. Nice pick by Mohammed. Harden's going to get it all the way through to score.
James has done a great job all season long of coming in and doing his job with the second unit.
Collison has a cutter this time, and it is James Harden.
Whether he plays with the starters or plays with that second unit.
Great rotation. Collison to Harden for three.
He's as good as anybody. He's, we always talk about him as our sixth starter.
When you have the ball in your hands and you're standing out there and you see Nick coming towards you to set that screen.
James Harden has been seeing more traps. This time he's able to split that with help from Collison to get all the way downtown to score.
What's going through your mind with options?
That he's going to get me open. I just got to be ready to make a play, whether it's shooting for myself or making one of my teammates better. He does a great job of getting me open, and I have to reward him sometimes as well.
Harden, good drop shot. Yeah, a beauty. And Collison pays it off.
Like I said, that second unit, has our we're clicking. And we're comfortable out there with each other.
Collison, nice give and go action. Two-man game on the near side. Harden with the assist.
We have sets that put us in scenarios where basically we're trying to get James space to play. And we're putting them in situations where they're not sure exactly how to guard it.
Some backdoor feed, Harden, and deep double pump, plays it up and in, and gets a bank for his bucket.
Probably gonna have a little bit more of a role, so just trying to be better and trying to, help my teammates win.
Outside to Harden for three.
He can score, he can take it to the basket. He scores in many different ways, and his defense is improving and it's getting better.
He mishandles the pass, Harden to steal.
Just trying to stay active, and just everywhere I need to be, especially on the defensive end. That's going to create opportunities for the offense. So just, making sure I lock in on the defensive end, and we'll get easy buckets in transition.
Oh yes. Don't do it, Bledsoe. Don't do it.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes, it's just winning.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
It's fun just out here being with the fans. Science is fun. Just pick up the hang of it. I guess I'm trying something new, so I can't be afraid of it, but I'm enjoying it.
Thunder fans, be sure to pick up the second edition of this season's Thunder magazine. You can purchase your copy in the Thunder shop for just $5. Features include an in-depth look at the Thunder's big men and their defensive dominance around the rim. It's a must-have for Thunder fans, so be sure to grab your copy today. At a recent Thunder home game, the Thunder Cares Foundation held an auction to help raise funds for the YWCA Capital Campaign. James Harden knew right away this was something he wanted to make a difference in, and he found a way to get involved.
YWCA is doing a capital campaign to build a new shelter for battered women. Oklahoma is 11th in the nation for women killed by men. 1 in 4 women will be a victim of domestic violence and sexual assault. And the Thunder is graciously helping us. We're doing a raffle and an auction to benefit the capital campaign. We have a jersey from James Harden, and then we also have an autographed ball that will be part of the raffle ticket.
How you doing?
We got outfit tonight. We got the Harden jersey that he wore with all his sweat, yes. And we got to take pictures, and we're excited.
It shows how much, how many beautiful people out here. They welcomed us as soon as we got here, and so, it's our job to give back, and there's so many people out here that are willing to help, and, it's just a great cause. It feels great, for players like us to give back to the community.
It's exciting. Thunder is great for Oklahoma City and for Oklahoma as a whole in the state.
With Harden's help, the Thunder Cares Foundation raised over $15,000 for the YWCA's capital campaign. Thunder players are always looking for ways to give back to the community. And earlier this week, Thunder guards Eric Maynard, Daquan Cook, and Reggie Jackson decided they'd join over 400 Kids Club members at the Science Museum of Oklahoma for a day of fun and games.
We just came out to check out the Devon Spring event with, he wanted to meet Rumble and check out what was going on. Yeah, Eric Maynor, Reggie Jackson, and Daquan Cook had a hula hoop contest, did some science experiments, things like that.
Science.
I really don't know too much about science.
Math was my thing. That's something I always understood, but science is fun.
Maybe I can learn something today, though.
I'm gonna be honest. Science wasn't my best subject, but you know, you always learn something. You know, and I mean, when you have kids out here that's very into science, and enjoy having a good time, I mean, you look forward to that.
Yeah, I don't do too much cooking at all. So, it's something I might take home, a nice little recipe, show my family, my friends, and I'm enjoying myself right now.
It's a great crowd. We got I think we got the best fans in the NBA, man. And it shows just like on a day like this, on a Friday, people didn't have to come out here, but they came out here to show their support. And we just came out here to try to have a good time.
That's cool that they come out and do that for the kids.
Are you having fun? Mm-hmm. Did you like to see Rumble? Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of fun, from science experiments to books and fitness. The Thunder players were doing it all this week. Also out and about was the Rolling Thunder book bus and a few teammates at a Thunder Fit event.
Encouraging kids to read. I have young kids, and we do that at home. So it's great that they get a chance to come out here, pick their own books that they like and they want to read. The funny part is they're actually more happy to see the books than us. So that's great. I love to see the kids embracing education and loving it. Just about getting books and reading books. It's not even just because we're here. They're happy just to get some books.
It's a new experience every time. Last time I was out with the sixth graders. Now I'm out with the first graders. So it's pretty fun. The kids get to choose whatever books they want. And it's fun, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
It's fun. I think it's a really good thing that the organization does to encourage kids to read on their own. I think it's really important for young kids to enjoy reading, and it's a skill that'll help them. If they can master that at a young age, then it'll help them throughout their schooling career, and school will be a lot easier for them, and they'll be able to study better and comprehend the stuff later in their lives.
8 pumpkins, sun, on together.
Touches our heart because it's about kids getting books, and it's about opening up opportunities for them through reading, and we're proud to be a part of that with the Thunder.
We ask that they read every night, and we send reading logs home, and we have contests, and I know we joined the Thunder reading contest, and so it's really important for these guys to have books at home, and so I think they'll enjoy them.
I'm always into it, especially when we're giving back to the community. One of the ways we always give back is doing the Thunder Fits, trying to, help kids, get through, stay healthy, stay strong, do the right things with their bodies on and off the court.
It means a lot for our kids. It's also always awesome to have somebody come in from the community, especially, prominent members like that, and to see them interact with the kids and kind of create that experience that they would normally get.
The left. We really care about our community as a whole, regardless of our jobs and what we have going on. We still have time out of our days, on our off days, to do things like this, and like I said before, the whole city of Oklahoma, looks up to us, especially starting with our youth. They look up to us, and they don't get the opportunity to be around us as much. So, when we get the chance to be around kids that look up to us, that love watching Thunder basketball, and us players can come out and do something like this, it's always a great thing.
Go! How long can you go? Let's go! There you go.
Being fit and active and eating healthy, you guys covered it all, and all of it's very important, and it's very important for our kids to know that at a young age. So 6th grade was a great place to start with that.
You need a whole bunch of vegetables on your half of your plate has to be filled with vegetables and fruits.
Like when you eat, you gotta watch out what you eat, because like Coke has a lot of calories and stuff like that.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Basketball is like everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Basketball, back in the day when I was a kid, basketball was something that kept me out of trouble. Basketball is just something I love to do. I think I'm gonna keep on playing basketball until the wheels fall off.
You're watching Thunder Insider.
The Tulsa 66ers close out the 2011-12 regular season this weekend with back-to-back road games against the Maine Red Claws. All-star forward Marcus Lewis has been a big part of the 66ers' success this season, averaging over 15 points a game. And we catch up with the former Oral Roberts star now.
Marcus Lewis, Oral Roberts University, from Long Beach, California. Basketball is like everything to me, you know what I'm saying? Basketball, back in the day when I was a kid, basketball was something that kept me out of trouble, kept me, focused on that, you know what I'm saying? And basketball is just something I love to do. I think I'm gonna keep on playing basketball till the wheels fall off, so I love it that much. And then the biggest thing too, I like, when I have these younger players, we have these rookies and stuff, I like helping them and teaching them. Maybe sometimes maybe later down the line I can be a coach or something, but basketball is just a great thing for me. I love it. Each year, my first year definitely was a learning experience for me, catching up, speed of the game, stuff like that.
Marcus Lewis has been like the talk of the D-League this year. He came into us about a 290-pound local tryout guy.
Going into my second year, I lost a lot of weight, be able to keep up with that. And I think this year I just basically want to focus on my leadership on the team. I'm kind of like a veteran on this team. To try to show those younger guys, working hard and continue to be a professional on and off the court.
He gives us great leadership. He works really, really hard, and he's doing a good job of finishing around the basket for us.
When you're learning something, there's always highs and lows, you know what I'm saying? I think on my previous teams, like in college, I wasn't really like the vocal leader. I'm more of a person that I like to show people instead of just always saying something, always being vocal. I think this year, I always showed people, so now I'm just working on being vocal, and just talking to people and just talking out loud, say, hey, we need to pick it up, I need to be out there and say that. So, I think it's pretty good working on that. I think I've really grown in that area of being more talkative on the court, talking to the players and getting the players ready.
The 66ers still very much in the playoff hunt, so we'll keep you posted on that next week. And while following a couple recent home games, Thunder players and coaches made their way back out onto the floor to talk to kids in the Tickets for Kids program. Each of them took pictures, signed autographs, and answered all kinds of basketball questions while stressing the importance of education.
There's one thing that I could give to you guys, and it's one thing that really helped me was to write things down.
I really want them to walk away with the feeling that it's very important to not only be a good basketball player or a good student, be a good person. And I think it's very important. And I gave them my 4 T's. Take time to think. Think about your decisions in life. Think about what you're going to do. Think about where you're going. Think about the people around you. I think decisions are very important, especially at their ages. Anywhere from 15 to 18, you're making a lot of different life decisions. And it's really important to kind of sit down and really assess where you're at and think about your decisions before they're made.
How y'all doing? You all right? So y'all enjoyed the game?
Well, just to, stay focused, never give up, and, you never get too old. I always try to learn every day and just keep pushing forward. Try to take steps forward and never none backwards and just move from there.
I had to do the right things to reach my goals, whether it's some kids may want to graduate college or go to college and then graduate. Some kids may want to make the high school varsity basketball team.
Today's kids have a lot of different pressures on them that I couldn't have imagined when I was that age. And to hear Cole and to hear Lazard talk about the fact that you've got to make the right decisions because there are a lot of people that are just as talented or more talented than they were that made the wrong decisions. Hearing it from those guys is really important. Really important.
Basketball was kind of just a loophole just to get into college so that I would always have something to fall back on. And I was pushing for the NBA, but just in case it didn't work out, I would have a college degree.
I just really wanted them to take away listening to their peers, really understanding that there are people that really care about them and who want to see them excel in life. And my message to anyone I can speak to, like kids like that, is just to really work hard and really listen to your peers.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Chesapeake Arena is always rocking. Anytime the Thunder takes the floor, there's an extra cool place inside the arena, and it's called the Thunder Box. We're going to tell you all about it when we get back on Thunder Insider.
Thunder fans, don't forget to take part in our Watch and Win contest this season. Not only do you have a chance to win tickets to an upcoming home game, but you are also automatically entered to win a trip to see the Thunder take on the Lakers in LA. Just visit thunder.nba.com and enter the code 2279 or text the code to 68278 for your chance to win. During the offseason, the Chesapeake Arena underwent a few big-time renovations, and one exciting upgrade has been the U.S. Cellular Thunderbox. And this week's Steely the Mic, the Sports Animal's Mike Steely shows us how this high-end environment is all the rage for big groups of Thunder fans.
High atop the Chesapeake Arena, there is a really cool place you need to know about. Now, a lot of times in life we're told to think outside the box these days, but Thunder fans are thinking inside the box right now because there's a brand new place called the Thunderbox, and it's super cool.
This is a higher level interactive experience for family and fans of U.S. Cellular. They get to come and partake in something really special, which is Loud City. It's part of the loudest part of the stadium that you can possibly find. We felt like it was a great opportunity for us to really partner with the Thunder because they believe in providing a fantastic experience for their fans.
It's great to be in the Thunderbox because then you can mingle and hang out with all your friends and get to eat. So that's awesome.
The Thunderbox is awesome. There's food, so you get here by 6 and they start serving food. There's recliners and big screen TVs if you want to watch them on there, or tables. There's a couple different layers that you can sit at.
It's family night in the Thunderbox. Are you fired up?
Very much so.
This is a cool... Not fired up enough, but can you sound more fired up? Go Thunder!
It's a lot of fun, a great way to just kind of mix and mingle.
The space is awesome. It's got a lot of access for people to walk around and meet and greet and really have fun with the folks that are here and sit down and relax, watch the game live or watch it on TV. So it's really awesome space.
What's your thought on the Thunderbox?
Major awesomeness.
Well, thank you for joining us here at our Oklahoman studio for another edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. We'll see you again next week with plenty more on Thunder basketball.